What is AOV? I see that on my notes, but I wasn't sure what AOV was.
Average order value.
Okay, so we're increasing our average
order value.
That's the lingo.
Yeah. I mean, the goal there, average order value is just simply the amount of money on average people spend when they buy from you. So again, using that example of $100, if you can take your average order value from $100 average to even $130 average, that's a 30% increase in business. That's
huge.
Massive. I mean,
that'll make a big difference.
Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I'm your host, Josh, co-founder of We Crush Marketing. Along with our creative director, Hallie, we bring experiences, inspiration, and strategies to help you, the business owner, operator, or marketer, crush your goals while building sustainable growth for your business.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the We Crush Marketing podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm Hallie. And today we're going to talk about 3 different ways that you can grow your business. It's very easy. All right, Josh, so you're telling me that there are going to be 3 ways that a business owner can grow their business. What are those 3 things?
Yes. I mean, I like to make things super simple. I think the principles and simplicity always win out. So if you want to grow your business, there are only 3 ways to make that happen. That's it. Okay. You have to grow your customers, meaning you need more customers to come through the door or to visit your website. But ultimately, you would need more customers than you have today. Pretty simple, right?
Okay, that makes sense. I get that. I'm following you.
A second way would be to have those customers that you have coming in to buy more when they do purchase. So that would also, like another term for that would be average order value. Okay. So they're already buying. How do you get them to buy more things when they're buying? Right? Okay. Pretty simple, right?
Got it. I got it.
If your average order value right now when a customer comes into your shop or your online store is $100, how do you make it $140, right? The third way is to get the people you have buying to buy more frequently. Okay. So that, like more of a fancy term for that people I'm sure have heard of is like customer lifetime value, right? So they're not only buying one time, but they're buying 3 times, 4 times, 7 times. They're becoming loyal customers. So those are the 3 ways. We're going to break those down, but grow your customers, get the customers you have and coming in to buy more when they do purchase, and get them to buy more often.
Okay, I think I'm following you. It sounds pretty simple. So let's start off with what's the best way to grow your customers?
Well, if you're sitting there and you're going, hey, I really need more customers or I want more customers, the old adage is true. It's a lot cheaper to keep the customers you have than to go get new ones. Typically, like the math on that usually is somewhere around 7x. It's cheaper to keep the customers you have than to get new ones. But people always want to keep growing their business usually, right? And so how do you get more customers? Well, there are only really kind of 2 ways to do that. Okay. You either run more advertising, create more marketing content, and push it out to the world, right? To get more eyeballs, to hit more of your target audience, the people that you want as customers that might like your product or service and could be buyers to come to your store or to your website. So that's more of like being very vocal, very outbound, and really putting your name out there in the right channels to the right people. Another way would be more what I would call like internal marketing, content marketing. So you're investing in things like SEO, search engine marketing, content marketing like writing blogs, doing vlogs, doing a podcast, stuff like that, where you're trying to put it all out there from the company's perspective to create value through education, through entertainment, whatever that might be, so people see that and they come in. So that's a little bit more internal content-based marketing versus more of the not shotgun, still want it to be strategic, but like advertising paid approach.
So Facebook, Google ads, all of those would be kind of under that umbrella.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's so many mediums now today. If we're just talking about more of the digital advertising space or even non-digital, traditional would be like TV and print. Could be billboard, could be direct mail, could be, Facebook ads. Instagram ads, TikToks, anything that you're trying to push that message that's paid to get more eyeballs.
Does this apply just to brick and mortar stores or e-commerce, or could you be providing a service rather than an actual goods that somebody purchases? I mean, is this for all types of businesses or a specific kind?
Yeah, I think this is for all types of businesses, especially this conversation we're having now. I mean, whether you're just an online shop or you're a service-based business, a law firm, a smoothie shop, like it doesn't matter. If your goal is to grow your business and grow your customers, you have to do something to get your name out there, right?
Right.
Nobody's just going to walk through the door that has never heard about you, even if it was word of mouth. They heard it from a friend. Well, how does that happen? Well, powerful customer service, a great experience, right? That kind of falls back more on that internal focus of making sure your brand, your service, your product, your people are really shining bright, so people want to come and experience your business.
I think that's unfortunately some brutal honesty. Is it's not just if you build it, they will come. You've got to build something, and then you have to put the work in to get people to come and check out your business.
Absolutely. And we'll do a future episode on retaining customers, because it's so important. Like I touched on earlier, it's so much cheaper and efficient to keep the customers you have. So we'll do a future show on how you can make that happen.
Actually keep them. All right, so we have gotten more customers, and they're starting to purchase whatever it is that we're providing or selling. How do we get them to purchase more?
Right. This is a bit specific on your product or service, right? If you only have one product or service, it might be kind of tough to come up with ideas of like, hey, how do we make them or help them, nurture them along to buy more stuff at point of purchase? And really where this happen, like where you can take advantage of this, is if you have products that complement each other.
Okay.
If you're selling coffee and you make different coffee makers or pour over kits, or a cool shirt that people like with a saying on it that they want to support the brand. But there has to be some type of way, whether it's bundling products. It could be if you are limited and you have one product, then look at bundles.
Okay.
That's going to be probably your best bet. If they're buying it one time, how can you get them to buy 3 items, right? Like instead of one bag of coffee, how can they buy 3? So if you're limited on product, then I would go that route. But in order to purchase more product, they need to be seeing more opportunities, cross sells, upsells, things that complement each other. And those are ways that you can make that happen.
What is AOV? I see that on my notes, but I wasn't sure what AOV was.
Average order value.
Okay, so we're increasing our average
order value.
That's the lingo.
Yeah. The goal there, average order value is just simply the amount of money on average people spend when they buy from you. So again, using that example of $100, if you can take your average order value from $100 average to even $130 average, that's a 30% increase in business. That's
huge.
Massive. That would
that'll
be
make
huge.
A big difference.
Going from 100 to 108 is big.
Sure.
So I think keeping that in perspective and looking at ways of how can I incrementally increase this average order value is going to help your margins. It's going to give people more opportunity to come back and buy, which leads to the frequency thing. So I think that is it's key for a business. Always mapping your AOV.
So for cross-selling or upselling, is that and this might be getting into the weeds, so if it is, we can have a whole episode on this, I'm sure, but is that more of just a kind of a plug-in if you're using like Shopify, or what's the process there? Yeah,
if you're an e-commerce business, I look at some apps or some plugins that you can use for that. We work on Shopify a lot, so we're used to like their app store. WordPress has a lot of plugins for this kind of stuff too, but there are ways that you can present, if somebody adds, say, this product to the cart, then they can be prompted to say, hey, did you even know about this? Because they may have seen that product from an ad or Instagram or something, clicked it, like I want to add it to the cart, and maybe didn't even take the time to explore a lot of other stuff. So giving them that opportunity through a pop-up or some type of messaging, or even on the product page itself, showing like, hey, this pairs great with this. You're always looking for ways to present more products in a natural way that the consumer can see them and, hopefully like them and buy them.
All right, so now we have gotten our customers, we've convinced them to purchase things. How do we keep getting them to come back? How do we get them to be returning customers?
Yeah, I think a lot of this to me falls back less on like tactics and strategies and more on internal business. I think making sure your customer service is top notch. I think your post-purchase process needs to be top notch, like your email follow-up or your SMS text-based follow-up. What kind of information experience are they getting at the point of purchase, and then weeks after that?
Sure.
Having a really good email sequence on post-purchase, and if it's something that somebody buys routinely, like every 30 days, subscriptions are obviously a go-to for a lot of brands. but having some type of messaging, email marketing, SMS that's like reminding them, at day 28, like, hey, come back and get this product at, $10 off or free shipping, or hope you're loving this product. Thanks for your review. By the way, did you know we also offered this? I think you have to always be really conscious of your product pipeline so that it doesn't get stale. Because sometimes you'll see brands that like knock it out of the park with one product, and they rely on that for so long that you see their churn rate start to really go up and people fall out of the business of buying as customers. So I think always looking for ways that you can delight and surprise customers, keep them coming back.
I think one of the things you mentioned, and we'll definitely do multiple episodes on this, is just kind of that communication before and after you purchase something. So what those email flows look like. But again, there is so much we can talk about for email flows. It'll be a whole other episode, but I agree. I think continuing that conversation with the customer after they purchase, you don't just want the customer to come buy something and you say, all right, see you later, and forget about them. I mean, they want to be remembered and they want to feel important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a big fan. I think some I've seen some brands kill it where, say you order a product and it's not going to show up to your house if you didn't order it on Amazon.
Right.
It's not going to show up for maybe 5 to 7 days.
That sounds so long.
It does, doesn't it? But if, the day after you ordered it, if you're getting like a couple customer testimonials in an email, or it's like a walkthrough of the product before you even get it from the brand, it's like making you excited to get that package, And I think the more you can, like, I go back to that, like, kind of surprise and delight methodology. Like, the more you can surprise and delight a customer, the more frequent they're going to buy.
For sure. I'm somebody that I sign up for newsletters to get the discount, and then I immediately will unsubscribe. However, there are several companies that have really good email marketing, and I'm happy to get their emails every week. In fact, I look forward to them. I look on them. I click on their links. But if the content is not there and it's not rich and it's not good, I'm gone.
Yeah. And sadly, it's few and far between, on the ones that you probably want to keep.
Yeah, it is.
But it's worth it. It's worth it to invest in that content and the writing and the copy and the imagery, and to make sure that those touch points for your customers are, top notch.
Awesome. I feel very good with what I have learned today from you. So we're growing our business. We're getting customers. We're getting them to purchase more, and we're keeping them for a longer period of time.
That's the goal.
All right, so thank you so much for checking out the podcast. Our next episode is going to be really exciting. We're going to talk about not one, but 2 reasons that customers will purchase something from you.
That's right. Until then, keep crushing it.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. If you enjoyed the message, we would greatly appreciate it if you would leave a rating and review on the platform of your choice. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes that will help you achieve sustainable growth for your business. And if you have any questions or need any help implementing some of the strategies that we discussed in this show or other shows, just shoot us a message at hello@wecrush.marketing.